Hey everybody, good morning. It's about 8:46 a.m. here on January 10th, 2024. This is my first analysis video of 2024. So happy New Year to everyone. I hope you all had a great time. Hopefully with some family, friends, whatever it is that you do. I hope you had fun doing it. I'd like to take a look at the S&P 500, keep things real light. Just basically going to take a look at the end of December 2023, taking a look at what we've got so far here in 2024 to kind of get an idea for where the market might be going into the end of 2024, going into 2025. But of course, before we get into all of this, as you all know, this is not financial advice. I'm not your financial advisor. You are responsible for your own trades, managing your own risk, doing your own research, and as always, I'm just giving my opinion on the market. So let's take a look at the chart. I'm not going to move things around a whole lot. I'm going to leave things right where they're at because I think it's really important just to kind of focus on what we've got right in front of us here, because this is really what matters the most right now, right? Okay, so what we've got pretty clear. We have, in my opinion, right, we've got a broadening wedge. And this could all just completely come tumbling down, but this is what I see so far right now. Looking at some of the confluence, I think it makes a lot of sense. So, here at the top, this was on December 20th. We had a big, massive move down. This was, at the end of the day on Wednesday, December 20th. And I'm counting this as an A. We got to move up here into a B, and I'm counting this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but it is better suited as more of an ABC, zigzag on its way down here to this bottom. Now, we bought the bottom here pretty aggressively. We got some SPY 473 calls, which were well in the money yesterday and the day before. Those went well in the money. Made lots on those 473 calls, because you had a wave master buy signal down here on the ES chart, but you also had a wave master buy signal on SPX on the hourly. And when you have all of that confluence, it's really important that you listen and you pay attention and you harness the signals that you get. And that's what we got at the end of the day here on Friday, right? So you can see here, end of the day Friday, or beginning of the day rather, on Friday, it looked really good. We had a nice spike up, pull back here, and this goes into Monday. So I had a pretty bullish sentiment going into this week. And so far, that has been, working out in my favor. What it looks like we've got, looks like we've got a 1 and then a little ABC here into a 2, right? You see, one move down, one move up, one move down. That is a corrective move. That move is done. We can say that was corrective. I think we can all agree that was corrective. A, B, C, W, X, Y. It doesn't matter what you want to call it. It was a 3-wave correction. From there, we had a nice little 1, 2, and somewhere in here probably you can find a 3, 4, and then you get that wave 5 here going up into wave 3. Now, this is weak. This is a weaker move up to wave 3. Because typically you would see a move up here to the 1618 to the 175. This is usually where the S&P 500 tends to go. Now, we didn't get that here on the ES futures. We're getting lots of resistance right here at this level, which is about 4,800. Naturally, 4,800 is going to be where we're going to be seeing some resistance, right? We had some support back here, some support back here, some resistance right here, all around 4,800. So we've got a pretty good psychological level. But what I will say is we broke through the golden zone, right? We got through the golden zone. We didn't quite make it to the 786. Let me throw the 786 on here just so that we can see that. And I'll have to just kind of put it in here manually. All right, 786. That is right there at that 1618. If we get to that 786 and we reject there, we'll probably come back down a little bit, but I still think this upside target here at this 2618 makes a lot of sense. This could happen on Friday, right? Today is Wednesday. And so we've got 3 full trading days for us to potentially get up here to this level, which is going to be 4868 on ES, which ES is naturally going to be a bit higher than the cash index because we are in contango with the markets as we typically are. where that would mean basically that the forward-looking futures price is higher than the spot price or the index in this particular case, looking at the S&P 500. So, if we've got this 1, 2, 3 A, B, C, D, E potentially, or maybe we just have an A, B, C, and then we're working on a 1, 2, we'd be looking for a continuation soon within the next probably 24 hours. And again, we could come back down here to this 47.76 area. That would be okay. I'd be fine with that. But I do think that the indicators are still pointing up. We've got the red wave here on the hourly still pointing up. You've got the green wave, which is kind of moving sideways. We would kind of expect to see that. But into the end of the week, I would expect to see that we will probably see a continued move to the upside. For the S&P 500, so for SPX and SPY, I'd be looking at 480 on SPY being like maybe the absolute high for this week. Okay, so for this week, let me just go ahead and pull up SPY here for a moment, because this chart's going to look a little bit different than the ES futures, right? So if we're taking a look at this, let me just kind of zoom in here. And again, very similar. We broke through the 618. We tried to gap down pretty significantly yesterday, and we bought all that back, and we consolidated here. And we're going to continue to consolidate here. But, this doesn't look bad. This doesn't look bad. Again, you can see down here, here's the Wave Master buy that we were talking about. Now we see this move up, right? So it looks to me like we're probably going to see a move up. But again, the absolute high for this week, I don't see going past 480. I do not see anything where we get to an all-time high on SPY. I could see 478. That would make a whole lot of sense. If you take a look at options, open interest, you're gonna notice pretty clearly there's gonna be some walls sitting here at 478 and 480 especially. So 480, I doubt we're going to pass that. If we do, it'll be for a brief moment, but those 480s are likely going to expire worthless. So if you're day trading, take profit, because especially if you're looking at any strikes 478 or higher, you're going to want to take profit on that, because the chances of it closing up here or sustaining up here going into the end of the week is pretty small. We only have 3 days here, and we had a big monster day on Monday. Yesterday was a good consolidation day. We bought up the dip and we consolidated here. We'll have to wait and see what happens today, but I would say that we're probably going to see a move up to at least 476. I would say 477 is not off the table, but I would not be holding, really holding any hope, right? Don't hold hope for a move up to all-time high. If we start to see significant moves, we got lots of volume, we're trading above the cloud. If you watched my last video on NVIDIA, you'll know what I'm talking about. If we start to see that, okay, maybe we can talk. But for right now, again, I was looking at the futures chart, right? Because that's what I want to focus on, at least for the time being. It did look to me like we're probably going to be seeing a top. Let me go back over there. A top for this. Again, we were looking at that move to, for the futures, right? We're talking about a move all the way up here to potentially 48.69. And again, we are in contango. The market is, definitely, more bullish than bearish, at least for the time being. So I would say, maybe a spike up there, but then we're going to likely see a harsh rejection. And how long is it going to take to complete this wave E, if this is in fact what's going on? This could take time, and I'm really looking for, honestly, a move going into really the end of February. So what I've got here as this megaphone, this ABCDE, this may turn out to be completely invalid and something else might be going on, but I would expect that the end of January and February is probably going to be a little bit bearish, but I would say that that's going to be providing a good opportunity to be buying, and that's what you should be focusing on. So if you've got indicators that you trust, if you've got the Wave Master that you trust, use it, right? Use the tools that you have, use the things that you trust, the tried and true tools that you have, because that's going to be what gives you your edge for a good profitable trade moving forward. So this is really what I think we're probably going to see on the S&P 500. If we do see a move up to these all-time highs on futures, maybe this happens in the middle of the night. We get that spike up overnight, and then when we open Friday, maybe we'll be a little bit lower. So that's kind of where I'm thinking S&P 500 is going to go. Nobody knows for sure, but what the market looks like it wants to do, it looks like it wants to move up today, or maybe tomorrow. If we do get another consolidation day, that would be a little boring, but that's okay. Consolidation is better than sell-off in this particular case, where we're taking a look at a move up to, maybe 48.40, 48.50 on the futures, before we see, more of a sell-off going into, the end of January and in February. All right, guys, that's all I've got for you right now. If this video helped you in any way, shape, or form, you know the deal. Like, subscribe, share. If you need access to our trading room, if you need access to our day trades, crypto trades, if you need access to our indicators, you can find all the information on how to get access to all of that at bitdoctor.org. And last but not least, wherever you're in the world, I hope you're having a good day, a good night, and a great evening. Take care, everyone.